Hi, all. Very good morning to one and all. So, welcome to Ashok Consulting Services YouTube channel. So, in last class, we have discussed about retained earnings account, and before that, we have discussed account group, and also we discussed field status of account group and how that field status is going to work at the time of creation master record of general master record. So we saw that in account group level, we have field status, and that field status will be control the fields at the time of creating master data, like whether it should be optional, required, display, or surprise. So we have seen 4 levels of controlling field status controlling setup. Now we are going to discuss field status group. So that account group level field status is going to control at the time of creation of GL master record, and this field status will be going to control at the time of posting the transactions. So whatever transactions that we do at the time, we will have certain fields, and the certain fields should be controlled by this field status variant only. So without any delay, let's get into today's session. So first we'll try to understand what is field status variant. And to create the field status variant, the transaction code is OBC4. This will see at the time of doing customization or creation of field status group in SAP S/4HANA. For now, we'll just try to understand what is all about. Okay. So the field status variant, it contains the list of fields status group. Okay. That means each and every field status variant will have multiple groups, multiple field status group, and it defines at client level. That means it is not specific to any company code. Directly, we are going to define at a client level. So that means while creating field status variant, we are not going to enter any company code, right? Directly we are entering, and it will be created as client level. Okay. And it can be assigned to multiple company code. So after creation field status only, we are going to extend that field status variant to by assigning to the company code by assigning to the particular company codes. Okay. So okay, now we'll see what is field status group. See, field status will have multiple groups, and each and every group will have controlling activities, field status controlling activities at the time of posting the transaction, and each we can assign this field status variant to multiple company codes. That means one or more company codes. And we'll see now what is field status group. Okay, it contains the group of the fields at the each field. It contains the status of the field is suppressed, required, and optional. That means, so field status group will have control like suppress, required, and optional. So earlier in account group, field status will have 4 types of controlling setup. That is nothing but display, suppress, required, and optional. But here there is no display. Only we can see suppress, required, optional. So we can put any specific field as a suppress. Suppress means if I select suppress, it will be hide. It will not display. If I select required, that should become as a mandatory field. We have to enter at any cost. Then if I select optional, it will option only. It will allow us, even though if we not enter anything in that particular field. Okay. The field status groups needs to be assigned in the GL account company code segment data while creating GL master record. So once we create this field status group, let us assume I have created 1,000 field status group, and that if I want to use that particular field status group at the time of posting the transaction, that time I must have to assign that 1,000 field status group in the master record of company code data tab. See, there in the master data record, we have two segments. One is COI level segment, another one is company code segment, right? So in company code segment tab, create bank interest data tab, there we are going to enter this field status group. And then based on this, system is going to check for that GL account, and at the time of posting the transactions, the system is going to check what field status group has been assigned to the particular GL account, and at the time of posting the transaction, system is going to check and this field status, and accordingly it will behave. That it is optional, required, and suppress. Okay. Then field status group in GL account, it controls the data entry filling the time of posting, as I mentioned. So this field status is going to control at the time of posting the transactions. So the field status group, it controls the data entry fields are required, optional, or not required. Same only. So as I mentioned here, is going to control. So the document entry fields can be controlled in two ways. So we just discussed about field status group. So to control at the time of posting the transaction, there is one more way. So ultimately, there are two ways to control the line item fields. Actually, one is field status group, another one is posting key. So posting key. So posting key is nothing but it's defines again global level. So in global level, posting key will be defined, and each and every posting key will have certain field status, whether that field should become as mandatory, suppress, or optional. In the same way, we can also control. So if field status have inconsistency, that means in posting group, posting key field status I mentioned as mandatory, and here also there should be a mandatory. If any inconsistency there means, then definitely system is not going to allow us. Both should be equal only. Okay. Then both field structure groups in GL account and field status in posting key can be controlled field status group document. That's what I mentioned. So this both the field status of group and the posting key group both will work to control the fields at the time of posting the transactions. And also we will see in the system that some scenarios where I have I'm going to bring some requirements here. So we'll try to test, we'll try to first we'll try to configure these requirements. To test this to fulfill this requirement, what configuration we have to do in the system, everything we are going to discuss over there. And once we create a field status variant, and then that variant is need to be assigned to company code. So if we have multiple company codes, we can assign to multiple company codes. If we are following one single company code, then we can assign to single company code. So for that activity, the transaction code is OBC5. So without any delay, let's go into today's session. Okay. So what is the T code to create a field status variant? OBC4. Let's go OBC4. So here we saw, right, this is a field status variant. So here field status variants, here these all are field status variant only, and this field status variant of name. So either we can create a field status variant like by selecting any one, and we can by selecting any field status variant, and we can do copy, and we can use as per our wish. Otherwise, we can also use this field status variant only. But since since this is the first time, I'm going to uh, copy and use this field status variant, so that whatever fields under whatever field status variant under this variant field status variant, and if I select this, double click on field status group, all these field status groups will automatically copy to our variant, right? Okay, let's go to, okay. So first we'll copy, and we'll try to create a one field status variant according to our requirement. And based on, as I have given some exercises for that purpose, I'm going to create a, again some more field status groups as a newly only. Okay, first we'll copy this. I'm just selecting randomly this one field status variant, and I'm going to copy this one. So here I have to use as per my wish. So here I'm giving like like yes. So okay, so 4 digit only. So I will give 1, 2, 3, 4. So I given 1, 2, 3, 4, and entry one entries to be copied has dependent entries. So here we have to click on copy all. Okay, so that all the field status will be copied under this field status group. Okay, see, 47 entries are copied. Okay, I'm just again sorry. 47. See, you see here 47 entries are there. All those are copied to our 1, 2, 3, 4. See, so as a description, we will mention again field status group for GL accounts. Okay, okay, GL accounts. Okay, now what we'll do this we have created field status variant, and we'll double click on this field status group to see list of field status. Okay, so now we have created our own field status group, field status variant with reference to existing field status variant. This means if you observe here, I have not entered any company code, and I have used existing field status variant, and I copied that one and I tried to create. That means field status variant will be created at global level only. You observe, right? At the time of creation of field status variant, now where I have entered company code. Okay, so I'm just going through it, and I'm clicking on save. So system is generating the TR. So I need to include it to my own TR. Here is our own TR. This one, right? Okay. Now we'll try to do some exercises in this one. Like, for example, click on costing, and this one, all are this in each in our 1, 2, 3, 4 field status variant will have list of field status group. I have this mentioned in the point also. The point is each and every field status will have list of field status group. So each and every variant will have list of field status group. So in the each and every group level, we can see list of controlling setup. Okay, now we can see what kind of controlling we can do under this cost accounting. So now to check that one, we have to click on field status, or otherwise, once we select this one, click on enter. Okay. So now we can see list of field status group which are activated in blue color. So we can see some of the field status which are displaying in black color, right? What is the difference between the, blue color and black color? Now we'll try to discuss. So whatever fields are displaying in blue color, that is general data, additional account assignments, payment transactions, foreign payments, real management, physical assets management. So these all are displaying in blue color. That means these all are activated. So whatever is not displaying in blue color, I mean these all are displaying, which are displaying in black color, those are inactive mode. So if you want to use material management field status group, asset accounting field status group, so we need to double click on this particular, and then we have to make as optional, required, or surplus. So based on the requirement, we're going to select. So So by default, all these activated field sets group will be in optional only. For our verification purpose, we'll just go double click on it and we'll see. By default, so here they have set up here, so that's why it's displaying like this. So now, so as we have selected cost accounts, in cost accounts field status group, what we do, what we are going to make as required option or something like that, we'll just do it now. So I'm just going to general data tab. Here, costing related information is not available. Just go and click next group. Okay, in next group, see, we can see cost center. So cost center will be used at the time of posting the expense entry. So at that point of time, we need to enter the cost center. So it's a mandatory. So since it is a optional entry, system will allow us whether it is optional or not. So if it is selected as optional, then it will allow us even though if we not enter anything. Okay. So for now, we'll select required. So if I select as required button, if I select required radio button, then at the time of posting the transaction, so this cost center will become as mandatory field. So we have to enter, otherwise system will not allow us. Okay, I selected this one and we'll go to previous step also. Here, text field. Text field also should be mandatory. So in text field, we are going to mention what type of transaction we are going to post, right? Or what GL accounts we are going to type, enter. So everything mandatory. We'll just save, go back. So at cost accounting level, we have selected text as a mandatory and also that cost center is mandatory. We'll check again one more time. Okay, general data. See, text is mandatory and then cost center is also mandatory. Okay, I'll go inside now. So we have created field status group. Okay, now we have certain exercises or certain scenarios which we need to test in the system. Okay, so till now we have created field status variant by copying the existing field status variant. Okay, you can ask me that why I have copied and created the field status variant. Why can't I directly create, right? In this situation, yes, we can create the field status variant and also we can do the copy and create the field status variant. Now, for our requirement purpose, we'll create field status variant newly. Okay, so I'm just clicking on this field status variant. See, it is not displaying anything. We have to enter. So what is our requirement here? What is our requirement here? FSG as, so my first requirement is profit center and segment as required with J001. So this means this requirement is saying profit center and segment both the fields should be mandatory. Required means mandatory with this group. Okay, I'm going to create profits and segment. Exist. Okay, it's already exist. So I'm just typing X001. Okay, it's there. Now we have one more requirement here. Okay, so we'll come one by one. Okay, I select this one and double click on it. See, it is nothing displaying. So we have created field sets variant newly, and then we have to add the field status groups here. So click on new entries. Sorry, it's my bad only. So I forgot one thing which I need to do it actually. So I'm going back to there only. So I selected cost accounts there. I missed it to activate some uh, field status which were not activated. So I discussed it, right? So I have done general data tab and I made as mandatory text and cost center. And also I forgot to deactivate, sorry, activate which are inactivate, right? So for example, material management, so asset accounting, both are in active mode. So let's try to activate and we'll try to use the fields. Okay. In material management, double click on this. So here, if you see purchase order, so purchase order is useful here. So here we can, initially it was in suppress mode. That means this field will not display at the time of creation of a purchase order. So since purchase order is or required or optional field at the time of creation of FI2 and integration wise. So in such case, I'll just put it as optional for now to display purpose. Okay, I'm just so now we'll just click on our use status 1 2 3. Okay. Okay, now again I will create a group here. So under this 1 2 3 4, I have some requirements here, right? What are those requirements? These are the two requirements. First, we'll try to create the requirements and we'll try to test. Okay. So click on new entries. Okay. I will enter first requirement is that field status group FSG, nothing but field status group as profit center and segment as required. Oh, profit center required. Okay. Now, same requirement here we have. What is that? Additionally, profitability segment also is required as a mandatory field. Okay. Profit center. Okay. Instead of typing this much, we'll do one thing. Short form will give PC means profit center and segment. So here also PC segment. What is that another thing? Profitability segment. PS. I'll type it as a PS. I'll just okay. It's not allowing for us. I'll just type PS as required. As required. So we'll try to activate. First, I'm selecting this one, and clicking on this field status. Okay. So here, what is the requirement? Profit center and segment is required. Okay. So by default, all are here. If you see activated only profit center, we'll check for profit center. See, it's not displaying. Okay, it is not displaying here. Sorry, no mistake. So profit center. See, by default, all are optional only. I have to make it as required. And then profit center, we have made it as required field and segment, right? Where is the segment? Search for segment. See, here there are two pages in this particular group. So we'll go down and see segment. See, segment is available here. We'll make it as required field and save. Okay. Now our requirement is fulfilled. So we have made profit center and segment as required for Z001 field status group. Now we'll see for Z002 field status group, and we'll try to make profit center segment and profitability segment, which will be used for COPA based profitability analysis purpose. Okay, now we'll click on Z002 and click on field status, and then double click on general data only. Okay, here it's not there. Go there. Profit center here. Select as mandatory. And the profitability segment also is available here. Select as mandatory. And then go down. Segment. Make it as mandatory. Okay. Save. So we have done for scenarios. Okay. So that's it about field status variant, friends. So uh, so whatever settings I have done now, okay, if I want to make this setting as mandatory at the time of posting the transaction, means at the time of creation of master record, I have to in field status group, I have to assign this, then only it will work. For example, I'll show you for uh, time for knowledge purpose. So the T code is for GL master records FS00, right? Okay. Change the company code to 5100. Select anyone, anything is fine. Okay. So if you control data tab, this is a company code data tab, and this is also a company code data tab. See, if you see here, field status group. So this is nothing but revenue accounts only. So here we have to enter field status group as Z002. So in this Z002, once this Z002 assigned here, then it will become as mandatory field. Okay. That's how we have to assign in general master record. Then it will work. So that's it for today, friends. I hope this field status variant will helpful for you, and also you are able to understand what is field status variant. And this is also a very important topic, and definitely in interview there will be a question on field status variant because of the posting transactions. How this field status variant will be going to control at the time of posting the transactions. They ask, or they will ask directly, what is field status variant? At that point of time, since we have two types of field status variant, we need to ask them that whether you are asking master data level or line item level. Okay, that's it for today, friends. So if you still have any concerns or any doubts or any clarifications need to be addressed, please comment so that I will check and I'll reply, or I'll try to explain in SAP in another video. And also I request don't skip these videos, try to watch it completely. It is very important topic in SAP S/4HANA. And also one more important point I forgot to discuss here. There is one change between one change between ECC and S/4HANA. Okay, in ECC we don't have this secondary GL field status variant. Okay, whereas in S/4HANA only we have this secondary GL field status, because this secondary field status variant where in S/4HANA they have incorporated in field status variant level, because this secondary cost elements are going to create when we are creating GL master record itself. So because both secondary and primary cost elements and merged with GL master record only. So hence the reason they have given the secondary GL field status here itself. Okay. This is also a very important point, friends. That's it for today. Thank you. Signing off, Ashok Bolshetty.